Holmes, co-presenter, says it has been heartbreaking to see how much pain the legendary Irish broadcaster has recently endured. The 62-year-old GB News host faces being off screens until the new year after falling down the stairs at home and fracturing his shoulder. The This Morning frontman needed surgery to repair the damage, the second time he's gone under the knife in recent weeks, having previously undergone a major op on his spine. Isabel Webster, Eamonn's co-host on GB News Breakfast, said, "I know how much our audience is missing Eamonn, and I am too. It's been heartbreaking to see him in so much pain. Eamonn has had such a run of bad luck, and to suffer in the way he has been. But I also know how hard he is working to get back to his best. That's why I can't wait to see return, fighting fit, and back where he belongs, sitting alongside me on GB News." Her comments come days after details of Eamonn's horror fall emerged. He underwent spinal surgery earlier this month to try and ease chronic pain in his back and legs. But the legendary Irish presenter was dealt a fresh setback a few weeks ago after he fell at home, which led to him tumbling downstairs. The accident left Eamonn with a fractured shoulder and forced him to undergo a second operation within the space of just a few weeks. Eamonn is now receiving rehabilitative treatment on his injuries, and doctors have ordered him to rest for at least 8 weeks. A representative for Eamonn said earlier this week, as a consequence of being laid low by major surgery, Eamonn suffered a fall at home a couple of weeks ago and had to undergo another operation. He's naturally gutted by the setback, but the good news is the surgery on his shoulder went well. He's now receiving fantastic care and resting. Sadly, it means Eamonn is likely to need a longer period off TV than he first thought in order to get himself better and heal. But despite being in an awful lot of pain, he's remaining positive and is looking forward to doing what he loves most and being back on TV and presenting on GB News just as soon as he can. The spokesman added, "Eamonn would like to say thank you for the wonderful care he has received from the NHS. He'd also like to thank everyone who has sent him get well messages." Eamonn's focus now is solely on resting and getting better, which he is determined to do. 6 weeks ago, Eamonn, who also presents Farm to Feast on the BBC, told Express readers via his column how he'd made the difficult decision to undergo surgery on his back. In his column for express.co.uk on September 30th, he said, "This week a surgeon will cut into my back to hopefully relieve pressure on my sciatic nerves. It's an operation that carries a 20% risk of going wrong. But such is the pain and restrictions that I have been suffering for the past 18 months, I have decided it is a risk I am willing to take. In fact, it's a risk I want to take because, at this moment in time, nothing could seem worse than the constant pain that runs through my lower back and legs. Yet, in many ways, I am fortunate. However horrible the pain is at times, there are lots of other people out there who have it far worse than I do. I know this because they write to me every day on social media and tell me how they are getting on or, in a lot of cases, how much they are suffering." Revealing his concerns over the extent of the suffering many others endure, he added, "I'm sorry to say we have a pain epidemic in this country. Millions of people, regardless of their age and status, are literally crying out in pain. Their reasons vary, but the pain they feel doesn't. It can be linked to genetics, it might be linked to accidents, or down to their age. Sometimes it's wear and tear. The list goes on, yet so does their agony." Revealing why he'd opted to undergo the op on his back, he added, "I want my back fixed and my life back. I want to offer a good luck story to all of you who feel that you can no longer deal with your depression, your crying, your anger and that constant question of, why me?" Every recuperation is different. So, it could be a long time, but, equally, it might be a short time until I am back in the hot seat on GB News. I'll do my best to keep you posted.